Hey guys, also welcome to another video of mine, Come On, and this is a very depressing, sad video regarding Jovic. It's about Jovic officially signing for Real Madrid. Hudson-Odoi, positive news regarding him, the only positive news we do have, and Javi, the new manager links, Javi Gracia, Nuno Espirito Santos, the Wolves manager. But before I do get into the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new around here, and comment down below your thoughts, opinions. But if you're not already, make sure you have a toilet break, make sure you enjoy yourselves, because it's going to be a long and sad video. And if you don't want to hear sadness or etc., click off the video immediately, because there's a lot of things I want to address in this video. I'm not going to rant at such things because I'm past it. I'm past at the stage where there's any point in ranting. It's more going to be remorse, sadness, depression, and what I truly feel about this football club and the way we're run. And yeah, obviously, let me get the positive news out of the way. Hudson-Odoi looks like he will be signing a brand new 5-year contract now. This was inevitable, obviously, after Eden Hazard pretty much nearly secured his move to Real Madrid. Obviously, we needed Hudson-Odoi for long term. He will be having the number 10 shirt as well, and it's really fantastic news. And he is our future. He will be our future Eden Hazard replacement. He will be the one that, you know, that takes us forward, that takes us to glory, hopefully in the near future. But this is fantastic news, the only good news there is in this video, and I'm so delighted. I'm so delighted that he will be signing, that he is committing his future to this football club. He was here since the age of 8 years old, and he's done everything. He's won so many trophies in the youth team, and I'm so happy that we've got a youth prospect, a player with world-class potential, finally breaking into the squad. He's already broken into England's squad, and yeah, a future Hazard replacement. And yeah, fantastic, especially with the transfer ban. It's really important that we secured him to a 5-year contract. It looks like that will be happening soon. Hasn't been announced yet, but soon the confirmation will happen. But that's the only piece of good news. Get that out of the way. And next I'll be talking about Jovic move to Real Madrid. He has officially signed for Real Madrid for a reported fee. It's undisclosed as we speak, but it's around £52.4 million. And if you ask me, it's an absolute bargain. It's an absolute bargain. We knew that Madrid were pretty much on him for ages, and because of our transfer ban, we didn't really have much choice. We're waiting on CAS, on FIFA to basically get back to us. Unfortunately, we have been rejected, and obviously we couldn't sign anyone. And obviously with all the debacle, etc., with the Chelsea lawyers, contemplating, discussing whether it's even worth it to even appeal to CAS and be able to get an answer and be able to do business. Because by the time CAS get back to us, we'll have about a week to 10 days to be able to make business. And to be honest, I don't find that inexcusable. I don't find that inexcusable whatsoever. And before I do get into the board and my thoughts, opinions, a lot of you know my opinions, but I just want to mention, I want to thank Roman Abramovich for everything he's done for this football club. He saved our club from ruins. Our club was about to get bankrupt, and he saved our club in 2003. He did everything, and I can't give him enough respect, appreciation, and gratitude for everything he's done for this football club. But just because of what you did in the past and how many trophies you won, 16 trophies in 15 years, doesn't mean that you have a free green card pass to do whatever you like with this football club anymore. In my opinion, it's time for change. It's time for change, and with Jovic going to Real Madrid, with Mauricio Sarri going to be leaving for Juventus soon, for me, that is a confirmation, the last straw for me. How many times is it going to happen? When is this never-ending cycle going to end? How long is this going to continue? Happen with every single fucking manager. Carlo Ancelotti wins the double, gets sacked. Antonio Conte wins the Premier League, and we spend absolute diabolical, mediocre players, and then obviously he gets sacked inevitably. Mauricio Sarri leaving on his terms because the board cannot give him assurances that they will back his methods, that they'll trust in him, and that his job is secure. I mean, it's ridiculous. We spent all summer last season securing this guy to get him. We even had that whole 2-month debacle with ADL, the president of Napoli. So, we couldn't be bothered to pay the extra €4 million, negotiations, constantly Alfredo Pedula, all the journalists saying in 48 hours time, Sarri's Chelsea manager. And at one point, if you remember, the deal was off. It was Roman Abramovich who actually intervened and got the deal done. And we spent all this effort getting him. But yet again, we fail our managers. Yet again, we don't back our managers. And we're in the same exact position we were last year, and we are in the following season. How come? How has this happened? It doesn't make any sense, and it just emphasises the lack of structure, the lack of direction we have at this football club. Continually, it happens with every single manager. It happens every season. And for me, it's time for change. Enough is enough. And to be honest, like I said, with Jovic being confirmed to Madrid, for me, it was the last straw. It was so depressing because for months and months and months, I wanted this guy. He was Chelsea's first priority. We tried everything to do, and I wanted him so badly. He was the guy that was our glimmer of hope. He was the one that was a beacon of hope that hopefully would save us. Finally, we got our Diego Costa replacement after 3 bloody years, and He's gone to Madrid. He's gone to Madrid. You know, from what I was hearing, from what I was reading in reports, I thought there was a gentleman's agreement where they could get Hazard for a cheaper price if they left Jovic. Madrid didn't agree to that gentleman's agreement. They went ahead. They signed Luka Jovic, and now they're going to have to pay big for Eden Hazard. And to think that we're going to lose Eden Hazard plus lose our number one target, it's so depressing. It's so sad. And next season, I don't have very high expectations. I don't have any more high expectations. But for me, I've always said it for time. This club is heading into mediocrity. The club is in free fall, because it's got to a point now where there's nothing that we can do. You know, I'm happy that there's board changes, but for me, it's too little, too late. The damage has been done. In 2017, we spent a total of 250 million on players. 40 million on Bakayoko, 35 million on Drinkwater, 25 million on Davide Zappacosta, 35 million on Rudiger, 75 million on Alvaro Morata, and you're telling me that is effective business, efficient business. Madrid spent 60 million euros on Jovic, most likely 120 million on Eden Hazard, 40 million for Ferland Mendy, 50 million for Eder Militao. That is less than what we had, but why? Because Real Madrid have structure. They have a director of football who knows what it's doing, and they know how to be run as a proper football club. Not a business, a proper football club. And that's the issue we have at Chelsea. We are run like a business. We always prioritise profits over the better of the squad. We always neglect the squad just so we can make more profits. Pulisic was a common example. Pulisic has got huge potential, but that's not the only reason why we signed him. We signed him because of the American market, the American franchise, because we know that once we sign him for around 60 odd million pounds, we will make double that once we sell American shirts with Pulisic, Nike, the franchise out in America. It's as simple as that. The club always prioritise profits over the good of the football club, and as long as we continue, heading in this direction, the club will continue heading into mediocrity. And this leads me on to my next point: the managerial targets we have to replace Maurizio Sarri. Nuno Espirito Santos from Wolves, Javi Gracia from Watford. Are you taking the piss? We are Chelsea Football Club. We're supposed to be an elite football club where we are top 10 teams in the world. And you're targeting mid-table teams. I mean, no disrespect to Santos. He's done fantastically well at Wolves. But he plays 3-5-2, defensive counter-attacking football, exactly like how Antonio Conte plays. And we spent all this time trying to sign Maurizio Sarri because we wanted a long-term philosophy. We wanted attacking football, expansive football, because that's what Roman Abramovich wanted. That's what Chelsea fans wanted. I seriously thought once we signed Sarri that it was for the long term. It was for a long-term project. He was going to be here for a while, and the club hadn't learned from his mistakes. But of course we haven't. If we sign Santos, we are simply going backwards. We are simply going backwards because we spent all this year trying to get the players to understand Sarri's tactics, to understand attacking football, and we're going back to defensive football. Emphasise the lack of direction, lack of structure, and the board is a complete mess. It's an absolute shambles, and it's the reason why I've been bored out for time and time again. And if this continues, like I said, with Jovic being out and out the equation, and obviously Maurizio Sarri for Juventus, I've now come to a conclusion where I've become Roman Abramovich out, because at the end of the day, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I wanted him to take it by the scruff of the neck and deal with the situation himself. He's an owner. You have to take responsibility of the football club you have, the asset that you have, but you haven't. You've let the club head into mediocrity. You've neglected the club. I don't care if you can't get into the country. You know the club is heading to freefall, but yet you do nothing. And it looks like Maurizio Sarri is gone, Eden Hazard's gone, Luka Jovic is now officially a Real Madrid player, and our front three is so tragic. Next season, like I said, I haven't got any high expectations, but why? Because it's the board that we have. And, you can argue, we have a transfer ban, which is the reason why we couldn't sign Luka Jovic. Yeah, I agree. But that's the club's fault again. The club knew last year that we were potentially in for a transfer ban. So why didn't we sign players enough in the summer window? It took us until August, July, the end of July, to start signing players. We had 6 weeks of doing absolutely fuck all, doing nothing and not signing a single player, right? In January, when we definitely knew we were getting a transfer ban, we only signed Pulisic, who was going to come this summer, and we signed Higuain on loan, and his loan spell has been disastrous, completely disastrous. But if you knew, why didn't you make signings? Why didn't you make crucial signings for the future? Because now next season we're in a situation where we can't replace Eden Hazard. We can't build on this squad or build a brand new team, build a team that can compete for the title. But now, when our rivals are strengthening, when our rivals are getting stronger, Real Madrid, Man City, Liverpool, we are slowly falling behind, down and down the pecking order. And now we are going to be even struggle to even get into the top 6 next season. 100%. We're looking for an 8th, 9th place finish next season, because when Wolves, Leicester, Newcastle, their takeover, when they improve and they invest, we'll slowly fall behind, and we are slowly dropping down into mediocrity. And it's simple as that. It hurts. The truth hurts. I'm a Chelsea fan. I love Chelsea. All of you do as well. Our blue is blood. Blue blood runs through our veins. We love this club to the death. This club will be the death of me. But it's the truth. It hurts. It's harsh. But I have to say the truth at times. And I'm sorry if this video was depressing, but I had to make this video. And if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not here, and leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.